just want to thank you all for showing up tonight and taking interest in our would-be company and our product. Me and my colleagues here hope to convince you to invest in our company. I'm going to start off by discussing our product, how we came to deciding on it, a SWOT analysis of the industry that we'll be entering. We'll look at our competitors, and then we'll take a look at the cost-benefit analysis for our target customers looking at our product. And then we'll also take a look at profit margin and conclusion, and if there's any questions, that we answer. Now this would be the basic setup for our product. It's a bottling machine that uses magnetic check valves. Now this bottling machine will do 10,000 bottles per hour. It will use a computer that employees will use to organize how much fluid to dispense and monitor the process for any problems. Liquids would be put in the storage tank, and a computer would communicate to the motor, and then use the pump to direct the fluids through the valves. And then there would be magnetic check valves between the pump and the diving valve, and then one at the dispenser. And as fluid would move through them, they'd be filtered of any metal particles. Now, researching our product on PatSnap, we found surprisingly there are no bottling machines currently that use magnetic check valves, so that might give us a competitive advantage. Now, after brainstorming several different ideas, we decided for the first company to look at each of them and see which would be the best possible. That resulted in a gas pump, a quartal combo meter, and the bottling machine. The gas pump would use a computer and magnetic check valves to improve the operations and increase the flow rate, so you wouldn't have to stand there for several minutes. It's just quick. And the quarter combo meter, it measures flow of water in buildings. They generally use spring valves, so we put a magnetic check valve in there to improve reliability and actually filter. And the bottling machine would be very similar. The magnetic check valve would be used in on the bottling machine. And then looking into the final round of voting, we decided which option would be more realistic, and we decided that the bottling machine would be more plausible. Now, we found through our first round of voting, the gas pump wouldn't work. The EPA has set guidelines for only 10 gallons per minute, so that would take away any competitive advantage we'd have with the gas pump. For the final two, the combo meter and the bottling machine, we first took a look at the industries. We found that the combo meter, which is within the smart meter manufacturing industry, their industry has a faster growth rate, but compared to the bottling machine, which is in the power tools and other general purpose machinery manufacturing, they have a larger revenue. They have 36 billion compared to the 1.5 billion in the smart meter. So that we saw as more attractive. And then we also noticed that the barriers for entry, a few of them were lower in the general purpose machinery. They have lower requirements for capital investments, so it's easy to purchase materials. And then they have a higher market concentration, so to be entering a level playing field, we won't have to worry about any big competitors pushing us around, so to speak. And the bottling machine we decided had more potential, because again, there is no current machines that use magnetic check valves. Okay, let's do cost-benefit analysis. Now, looking at the research for different bottling machines, they range in price pretty dramatically. The lower end models is like 5,000 to 10,000, middle range 10 to 30,000, and then the more expensive ones get up to 50,000. Ours would be near the high end, be 30,000. So it'd be pretty expensive for our customers to purchase, and it would also require technical training to use computers to operate, which would again cost their employees some time because they'd have to go get trained. And there are multiple benefits. Bottling machines generally differ based on what liquid they can use, based on viscosity. This one is able to work with many different liquids. It's suitable for pharmaceutical, cosmetic, dairy, chemical, and food and beverage industries. Any of those industries are able to use this machine. There's little maintenance and reduced waste compared to other machines that would probably use a spring valve or a magnetic check valve if there were. Spring valves often suffer from harmonic oscillation, which happens when they're used pretty extensively. The seal for the poppet comes out of place, and that allows backflow into the machinery and also liquid waste products. So that would be bad for machines that use spring valves. Compared to our valves, which wouldn't have that case since they use magnetic field to hold the poppet, allows for more uniform positioning. And our valves will have easy access for cleaning and maintaining. And of course, the major advantage is that it acts as a filter. Often our customers use storage tanks and valves that are made from like aluminum, steel, and copper, and as the liquid moves through them, it can sometimes pick up metal particles, and that creates inorganic hazing, which can ruin the beverage or the liquid. So the magnetic check valves will act as a filter. Since they use the way it's designed, the fluid that moves through it, there's small gaps where it can collect the metal particles, and it's away from the sealing, so it makes it more longer lasting compared to other machines.
So I'll talk about the profit margin. Like this number is just an estimation for something. Let's say that like a big question for our customers is what type of effect our machinery will have on their profit margin. Let's say a company have 1,600,000 in sales revenue with a profit of 350,000 after expenses. Their profit margin would be like 21.9%. If the company uses our machine, assuming sales stay the same and everything stays constant, expenses will increase in the first year due to the training and the capital investment cost. Trading would cost around 5,000 in the first year. Capital investment would be 68,000. The total would be 68,500. That means the gross margin will decrease the first year to 17.8%, and their profit margin would the gross profit would be 285,000. In the second year, the lower the maintenance cost would reduce expenses by 8,500, and the reduction of the waste would reduce the burden of ingredients about 10,000 a year. These reduced expenses will increase the profit margin to 23%, and our boiling machine will allow for 1.1% increase in the profit margin for the company, assuming all variable stays constant. And when they increase, the more they increase their production, profit margin will increase as well. The market share. The market share concentration in general purpose machinery manufacturing industry is low due to so many manufacturing that manufacture the same kind of machinery. Some of the main competitors are those here, and due to the low concentration, we assume that we will have a 3% market share, and in a few years then we might increase the market share since we have a competitive advantage over our competitors. That we'll talk about the SWOT.
Yeah, talking about the SWOT analysis, we believe that one of our strengths would be that we'll have a broad customer base. The product we offer will be sold to many different businesses and industries. Examples would include pharmaceutical, cosmetic, dairy, chemical, food and beverage businesses. Moreover, the product we offer is marketable for small and large businesses. And another thing is that the unique type of check valves we use in our machines will differentiate our product from what main competitors offer. It'll make the process of using our product more efficient and reliable. Talking about the weaknesses, we do have a couple of weaknesses. One of the weaknesses is that we offer one type of product. Even though it's offered to many businesses and many types of industries, any decrease in the demand of the product will affect our sales and our market share. Another weakness would be that we will have a low market share since we just started our operations. Most of the companies in the industry have been in this industry for a while, which allowed them to build a large customer base and high market shares. Talking about opportunities, the industry we are in is a fast-growing industry and it's expected to grow in the next years. Moreover, we can expand our operations internationally, which will allow us to build a well-known globe name. Will also help us to increase our sales and our market share. We can also partnership, we have partnership opportunities, we can partnership with existing companies in the industry. Talking about the threats, there might be increases in labor costs. Also, raw materials are increasing. And since we just started, any increase in expenses will affect our sales and profits. Moreover, there is a huge increase in competition. Companies are always researching or investing in research and development. So we believe that we should also invest more in research and development to compete with competitors. Well, in conclusion, we believe that our product is more reliable, efficient, and durable than what main competitors offer. We believe that we'll also have high amounts of sales and we'll build a high market share in future. We just need someone to invest in us. If you guys have any questions.
I was noticing that when you were talking about the reduced cost of materials and the increase, it was like 18.5, I believe. So what you're saying essentially is that there's a 3.5-year payback period? Is that right?
Yeah, it's about that. If around
Other questions?